y'all, I'm Deborah. Welcome to my channel. This is my October update for the Movie Madness project. This project is sponsored through the Pantastic Ladies Collab. It's a Facebook group where we can support each other and have all sorts of interesting projects and using up our makeup and learning, getting to know each other through different kinds of projects. And this is a project that is based on movies. So if you have anything that's related to a movie or reminds you of a movie, you can bring it in. I use 5 at a time, 5 prompts at a time. And all of the movies that I have chosen this year have been classic film noir. So let's get on with this thing that has been in here since January, and I can't seem to motivate myself to use it right now. For the movie Nightmare Alley, in that movie, the protagonist accidentally poisons someone and kills them. And so I rolled up in this lip liner from Urban Decay in the shade Venom, because venom is kind of like poison. I used it one time last month. I am not even going to bother to measure it. Hopefully over the next 2-3 months I'll be able to make some progress on this. I don't know that I'm going to finish it, but if I don't, I'm hoping it'll be close. So that is the update on that one. All right, the second item that was still in here was for the movie Witness for the Prosecution. This was based on an Agatha Christie story. It takes place in courtrooms in London, and so I rolled in a British product, and for that I rolled in the Ciate London lipstick in the shade Piggy Power. It was from their Miss Piggy collection. I used it. I brought it in for 10 uses. I hated the color. If I tried to use it for a cream blush, it was splotchy. Just was not a good color for me. I don't even have it anymore. I put it in the box that got mailed to my daughter this month, so I don't even have it to show you, but I did hit my 10 uses and it is out of here. Good riddance. All right, so the next movie was The Dark Past, and this was the product that I rolled in for this movie was the prompt was self-destructive. So I rolled in a shade from my Tarte palette. This is the Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust palette. This one, I dropped it on the tile in a Airbnb and it exploded. And so several of the shades in here are broken. These are magnetic pans, so when it hit the floor, they all popped out, and I had to get online to figure out which shade went in which slot. I think I had actually said I was going to roll in this shade, but for some reason I marked this one. And so I've been working on this one, and that's the one we're just going to keep working on. This is the shade Magic, and I have used it. My book is back here with my stack of other books. How many times have I used it this month? I've used it 9 times since I brought it in. And actually it's not quite as dark, but it's a pretty good substitute for the ABH Modern Renaissance palette, the shade Antique Bronze. Antique Bronze is a little deeper than this one, but I did hit side pan in that one, and so I was using this one in the same way I would use that one. So getting there. The fourth product is for the movie Kansas City Confidential. In this movie, it's a heist story, and in it's a bank robbery that is headed up by a corrupt police officer. And the the bank robbers never see each other without a mask on. So for this movie, I rolled in a mask, and I rolled in this one from Andalou Naturals. This is their 1000 Roses Rosewater Mask. It is very hydrating. It is for sensitive skin. It's out of their sensitive skin line. This is in here to finish, and I have used a little less than half of it. I really do like this. It's very soothing, very moisturizing. It's really good when I get a little heavy-handed with the tretinoin or the retinols. So that one's pretty good. All right, movie number 4 was a classic by the director Akira Kurosawa. It's a Japanese movie called The Bad Sleep Well. And for that one, I was bringing in something that was like a nighttime product. And I usually use some kind of lip mask overnight. And I had brought in Dr. Pawpaw lip balm. I put it on one time, and apparently it has unrefined shea butter in a lip product. Now, if unrefined shea butter is a scent, it's a very distinctive smell, and I just could not do it. If it were in some body wash that I was going to get rid of that scent, or maybe some lotion that I was going to use up, that would be one thing, but right underneath my nose for all night long was an absolute deal breaker. So that has been removed from my collection, and I went ahead and brought in a lip gloss instead, because sometimes if I have a lip gloss that's not a great shade for me to wear, I may use it as a lip mask at night, and the Fenty glosses are great for that. So I brought this one in, and I've been working on it. It came in on September 1. Actually, this one came in on September 2. It was 18.44 grams. Now it is 17.39, so it's down a full gram, and you can see it's got all sorts of windowing in there. I just pulled the stopper out earlier today, and you can see this is going to be done by next update. So this one was replacing the dreadful Dr. Pawpaw. I don't know what somebody was thinking about that. Okay, that gives me room to roll in one more movie. So the movie that I'm bringing in for this month is called Scandal Sheet. It was filmed in 1952. It starred Broderick Crawford, who really did make his career in mainly film noir and kind of B movies. It also starred John Derek. Him was pretty. And Donna Reed. In this story, Broderick Crawford plays Mark Chapman, and he is the editor of the New York Express newspaper. And he had been brought in to turn this paper around and increase the readership. Well, he did this by taking this fine old lady newspaper and just sensationalizing everything. It was about scandals and murder and just anything that was going to grab attention. So in the course of this movie, one of the things that they had set up was a Lonely Hearts Club, the New York Express Lonely Hearts Club. And so all these people from looking for love in New York City showed up at this dance, and were supposed to meet the one that they were going to marry, and if they met and married that night, they'd win prizes. And it was just this whole big gimmicky thing. Well, there is a lady that shows up, and she knows Mark Chapman, but she knows him by another name because she is his wife that he has not seen in 20 years because he run off and left her. So they go back to her apartment. They have a scuffle. He pushes her. She falls backward, bangs her head on this great big old bolt in this pole in the middle of her apartment, and falls down dead. So he has killed her. So he's kind of staged the scene, wiped all his fingerprints down, and left. So nobody knew what happened. He took the name tag from the dance off of her, except for he left the safety pin. And that would be part of his undoing. So once when her body was discovered, his ace reporter heard about it before anybody else did. So he goes off and he and the police begin to try to unravel what has happened to this lady. She had rented this apartment under an assumed name, Jane Jones. And it was just a whole series of events. And at the end, the editor is getting arrested by the police, and he decides to end his own life. It's basically suicide by police officer. He's standing there with a gun and he fires at the police officer, and of course they're shooting back. In this little tiny office, by the way. So the movie is titled Scandal Sheet because that's kind of the nickname for a newspaper that's just like a sensationalizing newspaper. So for this movie, I am bringing in a product from a brand with a scandal. I don't have a lot of that stuff, those in my collection. So the one that I could think of that I brought in was this. It's a lip vinyl by Kat Von D. It still has her name on it, but it's by KVD Beauty. It is in the shade Tulip. I got this because Misty was wearing it and it was gorgeous. And it is this beautiful, beautiful, rich blue red. And it smells like cake batter. So that's kind of a plus too. It's way better than the Dr. Pawpaw stuff. So this is coming in for 5 uses. And that is the story of the movie Scandal Sheet. All right, so that is it for this month. I hope you enjoyed hearing about this movie. It is available free on YouTube if you kind of look in the right place. It's worth a watch. There are film noirs that are way worse than this one. This one is actually pretty good movie. All right, guys, I will hope you're doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.